What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Grand Lakes, with our Let's Play Season 7... No. Season 8. Episode number 17. I think that's where I was getting the 7 in my mind. So, I did a little something. I wanted to try and figure out what we're going to do over here, and I think I know what we're going to do in today's episode. I broke a bunch of these side streets, and then I snaked one residential neighborhood through here. So you'll see that there's one street. It is, I want to say high-rise band. Is that high-rise band? I don't know what that is. The Green City buildings get really tall. Hold on a second. It is not high-rise band. So we're not high-rise banding over here. But I wanted to do something like this. I wanted to have this little neighborhood that was kind of tucked away. And if we look at the traffic flow from up above, info views, traffic, things are going pretty good through there, right? Industrial's a little heavy over here. So I think what we could do is make a couple more neighborhoods like that where we're kind of snaking through here and thin this out just a little bit. So that is something that we're going to work on today's episode. I did say I wanted to kind of finalize this island. We're not going to do it all in one swoop, so don't worry about that. We're not too close to the finish here. I'm planning on recording Grand Lakes all through this month. Over here in the corner of our downtown area, I want to pause it for a second because this is broken. I did go back on my theory and I brought the space elevator back into the map. And I want to drop an airport in over here. And I think I did this right, but we'll find out in a second here. Where's airport? Airport's over here. International. I want to kind of try and hook this in over here. Man, did I even nail the... No, let me... I got ahead of myself and I ran metro pipes over here. Got a little ahead of myself. Let me back that off. All right, let's try and get the airport in there now. So can we get that? Where is that street? Right there. Oh man, that looks good. Okay, let's do... Okay, or not. Let's try that again. It was gonna let me drop it right there. That actually looks pretty good. I think I got that just right. So let me show you what I was doing over here. Some roads that are built into things like the airport, and what else? Central Park is a two-way. The cargo station, cargo hub is a two-way. But you can still do one-way roads up to it, and then you just have the one lane that is accessed there. We're doing the same thing over here for the airport. So we've got road coming in. Where does it come off of? Right now it comes in from the city. We're gonna eventually do another highway exit over here to dump off. That will handle traffic coming out to the airport. So highway coming in. There's a little service road here for our police and fire. And then we dropped our airport in right there. Let's hit play and see. That should all get powered. We'll come in here real quick and connect our metro tunnels up. And then we'll do a quick metro line. That's not too bad. That was pretty close. So we'll just get that connected in from there for now. And let's do a quick line. So we'll start at the airport. I named a district, by the way, Grand Lakes International. And we'll bring people into here. And that's enough for now. We'll just get them into the city. We'll get them out of this area. Now, I don't remember if I did this. If I did, great. If I didn't, let's do it. Old Town is on. So people should use the metro to get here rather than cars. And there's all the people leaving the space elevator, it looks like, and not generating traffic for our city, which is perfect. Sorry, I wanted to get that done. Distractions aside, let's go start thinning out over here. Or at the very least, build some sensible neighborhoods through here where we don't have too many intersections. So over here, this doesn't intersect with our main 4-lane avenue. So I want people to get kind of off of that. That's more about delivering traffic from this roundabout all the way down here to the tip of the island. Or not, I guess, the tip of the island, but to one of the commercial districts. So let's do another kind of Green City block through here. Let's move some stuff around. Is this a sauna? I think it is. It is. Let's just delete that. We've got 4.7 million in the bank. Let's shimmy some stuff around here. Can we get the hospital on this side? We can do it over here. That might be all right. And that's a little flatter of a lot. And it lets us potentially come through on one of these streets. So, one of these is a lot less of a mess. I think, though, it's time to replan some of this. So let's come in here. We'll move this firehouse down over here. Yeah, that works. And then can we do the same thing with the police station? Don't be unhappy. You got your police station right back. All right, what do we do here? So I'm thinking, what is this? Public library. Do we have another public library on this island? We do not. Can I get it over here? Ooh. Ooh, that terrain. Okay, we'll come back to that. What I'm thinking is I kind of want to save this road that runs through here. This one's just kind of a mess. Right? Over this way. So let's delete this road altogether. We'll dezone everything that's on it. That's fine. And I think this one should kind of hook up and connect with this intersection that we've already got over there. Generally, three-way intersections obviously are less traffic because you've only got so much traffic turning in front of one another. But I hope that by combining more traffic on this avenue and this one, that people won't be cutting through these side streets as much. Hopefully. So what if we ran something maybe from this intersection over to here? We could bring this road kind of up and even, but then these intersections will be really close together. What do we do over here? We just did regular streets. We'll stick with that for now. So we could do something like that, and I don't want to intersect over here, so maybe... How do we do this? We'll get a couple of side streets off of here. Like that, maybe? We don't want to overlap the zoning too much. So what if we did something like that? Now, I had to find this as Emerald City. It's a little green district. So let's see what we did over here for districts. That encapsulated that side street. So I don't have Old Town on that. Okay. And that lets traffic come through here. So let's do another district that covers all of this. Now for this one, I think we can Old Town all of this because that's not going to affect traffic delivery, and it's just going to keep people from cutting through our new fancy residential neighborhood. Come in here and do some footpaths and things like that after we get all set up. Okay, now we don't want people that don't live here cutting through that way. So let's do that. And then we'll make sure all that's covered. Zoning wise, we'll go with the self-sufficient buildings here. actually, we could kind of bring this up. If we want people to stick to kind of those main avenues, do we upgrade this one? I think that we do. I think we need to commit to upgrading this if we want to kind of carry traffic through here the way that I'm thinking. So let's move a bunch of people out. Decorative grass? Sure. I don't know that it matters that much. It's more your aesthetic choice. Trees would be nice. What will it not let me build over here? Whoops. Okay, hold on. Historical building. Okay, I must have wanted to save those at some point, but let's get this connected back up before everybody moves out. And then I think to upgrade this, I'm going to need to move this, aren't I? Let's see. 4 lanes. Upgrade. Okay, so let's nudge these over if we can. Just a little bit. It will let me put it there. I don't know if that's enough space. It looks like it probably won't be. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's where it won't let me. Okay. Let's try this. Let's come up from here. So it's a little crooked, but it works. We can fix that later. What do we need to move up here? Can we tighten all this up? Look at all those people coming off the subway. Oh my god. Let's slide that down right to the subway so that we can move this down. So that we can move this down. And now we should be able to upgrade this. We'll move some people out in the process. But one step closer to where we want to be for our city. And then, yeah, let's rethink our district over here. So we could do Old Town on this and remove the districting from the road itself. That might work. And then what if we brought this kind of up? Oh, I guess I should do that after, right? Okay, so that one, I think... Do we want to upgrade that also? Or is that just going to be too much traffic turning at this intersection? It might be... What? Did I move that many people out that they're all scattering? Okay. Sorry. So I guess let's upgrade this first. And since the university's sitting on there, we won't be able to upgrade that part, but maybe we could do some tree-lined streets, and that doesn't need to be 4-lane coming through there. This may have a little bit more traffic on it, though. So let's upgrade all these segments, and then we'll kind of come back in here and rethink our zoning. I'm just going to demo these because it's going to be faster. And we won't zone all the way up to that street because I want to make these back neighborhoods away from the roads. I want to do all that in Old Town to keep people from cutting through. And we want to keep them on the main roads, the main 4 ways. 4 ways, 4 lanes. So just got back. I did it again. I hate that it does that. It gives me that sense that maybe it won't. The Old Town won't work quite the way I want it to. We don't have Old Town on this. But we have some other specialization there. So the only specialization we have right now on this is the self-sufficient buildings. Let's look at our policies and just double check what we've got going on over here before we move people in. So we'll come over to policies. City planning. I'm not going to high-rise ban on this island. I don't think. We could Old Town this district. That would work. And then everything else should be good. We're not really turning on anything district specific yet. We might do that with helicopter priority. We might do that if we have trouble filling jobs. You know, maybe school's out on one, but education boost in the rest of the city. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's look at our zoning, because we do have demand for for pretty much every category of zoning right now. So maybe we can get some people to move in and start building this back up. So we're going to do all green cities, high-rise buildings over here. Now, if you don't have the green cities content, you could do any kind of high residential here. The nice thing about the green cities buildings is they are more energy efficient, so they don't use as much electricity or water. They're also not as lit up at night, so the residential districts look a little bit dimmer as a result. But it can be a nice look to kind of integrate into your build. Let's see. Let's leave a little bit of a buffer between the fire station, police station. So we'll zone off all that. We'll come back in and fix all this zoning that we broke along this strip. Okay, let's not zone those two. Kind of on the edge of our campus, right? Maybe we can start to spread our campus back out a little bit. And let's not zone up here before this first intersection, right? Because it's a little tricky to get to on this side. And that way we can kind of force people to move into other parts of the town. Let's break this building because it looks like that zoning's a little messed up. And these are going to go away anyway, so let's just do that. So that should be good. We can get maybe... Let's get commercial on this strip. Oh, and I want to come back in here and fix some of my pedestrian paths. So let's do all that. A little bit of a commercial pocket kind of mixed in here. We'll see how that goes. It is on kind of that main strip through there, and even with things like Old Town turned on, as long as you're coming to a business in here, you can still get deliveries. As long as you don't have to cut through another district. So we should be good there. Let's break out our footpaths. I think we'll keep this industrial area kind of the way it is. It's just enough. Yeah, it's really heavy, but traffic is usually flowing over there. Whoops. What did I break? I definitely broke power by moving people out somewhere. So let's get from here to here. Did that fix everything? I think it did. So we don't have this zoning up yet. What is this? Is this even zoned? Did I rezone this? I don't want people moving in on that strip. Alright, footpaths. Let's get some footpaths through here, so... we'll freeform it. We'll go check our campuses afterwards. So just so people have some ways to kind of get through into some different spots of the town. What can we break over here? Maybe this one? So it's a little building. Where can we get in there? Can we just... There was one spot where it would kind of let me only break one building. I could turn snapping off. I'm not going to fuss with it too much. Alright, so people are already walking on those, which is great. Do we have any major problems that are happening elsewhere in the city? Not really. I guess that's a good thing. Where else can we have people cut through? Over here? That might be nice. Something like that. And then maybe over here. How close can we get to this this public library? See, if you're persistent, Eventually it will let you click. Let's do that, and let's connect this. It won't let me do that. I have to kind of hook around it. Come out this way. So what I could do, let's show you how to kind of fix stuff like this, right? So let's break out our landscaping tool with a slope, and we'll go smaller tool. We'll select over here, and then we'll kind of slope up to that from here. And let's just smooth it out a little bit, if we can. That might make it look a little bit better. It's a little lumpy over here. Let's see if that makes that connection look a little bit smoother. A little bit, maybe, maybe not. So it's kind of what I want to do with this island is thin out the population a little bit, right? Make it a little bit more manageable from a traffic perspective. We're already pushing kind of our limit of industrial here. And if we can keep the traffic to a few main avenues that are all coming off those exits and roundabouts, we should be able to keep things flowing pretty well over here. This road is a little underutilized on the edge of the island. Kind of dumps into the college campus. Hopefully it discourages people from coming all the way down here. And we've got the prefer ferries on also, so that does help get some of the traffic off the city. You can see quite a few people are coming to the casino, I'm guessing. Preferred footpath. Kind of a 50-50 split there. Where are they going? Those ones that are on the right are not going to the casino, huh? And these are a 50-50 for the casino and luxury hotel. Where are you going? You're going to cross eventually because there's nothing on the beach side just yet. That's something that we've got to work on, is kind of decorating this as a beach. I'm not sure on console. I haven't really done this. What kind of props? What would it be under? No, it's over here. So we do have some different props and stuff we can use. I don't know how beachy they are. But we could do things like benches and footpaths, and not quite to the extent that we can do on PC, unfortunately. So we'll see what we can do. Even just a little bit of noise down here. A couple benches, some paths. By calling it a park and kind of encouraging people to come out here. Get a little foot traffic. The gym's on fire. If it burns now, we're not going to worry about rebuilding it. Let's take a quick a quick scan around. I started. Let me show you this. I bought this tile over here. So I don't know where the last one we're going to buy is. We could, if we wanted to, sneak our way into a really weird shaped city and get train access. But I had in my mind the vision of, you know, this is where our city is. And right now, looking at this, I think I'm going to get rid of that space elevator again because I hate it. I think you can turn that visual appearance of the actual elevator shaft off on PC, and I believe I did. Can you do it here? It'd be awesome. I don't think you can. I just don't like the look of it. When I come back here and look at my city and see that giant tower up into the sky, that'll be the second time I deleted it if I delete it again. I'll let you decide in the comments. Let me know what you think. Should the space elevator stay or go? Does it kind of ruin what we're going for here? I think that it might. By buying this tile over here, though, what this got us was a ton of room to expand this way. There's still some viable farmland over here for Pepperidge Farm if we want to keep moving stuff that way. And also gets us some highway access over here. And I thought we could have our own kind of dedicated exit for, you know, this side of Pepperidge Farm, one for Tegrity and University. We've still got to do University Sports Build. This is just really just plopped in here. No metro coverage, no nothing. So that generates a fair amount of traffic. But by moving this out a little bit, this also gave us some room to play with over here. And the ability to expand this out a little bit if we wanted to. Because right now we've got, I think, 2 factories going. We've got the baked goods over here, Go Nuts Donuts, taking animal products, crops, and flour, which we're all making within this zone. And then over here, we're taking paper and timber and making furniture. So right now, everything that we're producing stays within that zone. And we may want to get into some other importation of goods if we wanted to do ore and oil. I don't think there's a lot on the map. And even if there was, if we're not playing with unlimited, you run out of it pretty fast. So those non-renewable ones, it's generally a little easier to import them and set up a good network. Got a bit of a death wave happening, it looks like. Let's just do a quick double check of our cemetery coverage. Good crematorium availability. Cemetery usage is pretty good. Good green roads everywhere. Looks like too much coverage over here. That's fine. Ooh. Well, we just moved everybody back in over here, but that's going to be something that we want to look at. Got to move a couple people out. But we need one over here, so that's good for now. I don't know if these bother anybody. I could actually move these so they'll stop complaining about their power. I'd like to kind of get this into a neighborhood somewhere without having to break existing infrastructure. That could kind of be a cool spot right there in the corner, even though those buildings just leveled up. But that creates a little bit of a buffer, right? Because now, you know, you're not living right on this main drag, right on this highway like this this apartment building. I thought there was no parking on the grass-lined streets, but I guess it's just the 2-lane grass-lined streets that do that. So we do have the encouraged biking policy on. We should be able to upgrade this without impacting anybody that lives here. Sometimes when you upgrade corners, like really tight corner roads, it will rezone even though it's the same size. It will break the zoning. So do be careful of that, but that helps us kind of hide the noise of parking, and it gives us a better idea of... It gives me a better idea at a quick glance what traffic looks like. Sometimes I just think that's traffic just sitting there when you see the cars parked along the 2 lanes. Makes it look a little busier than I think it is. Here we've got 2 lanes crunching down to 2 lanes, which is not necessarily ideal. So what we could do here is if we did... Let's do tree lined. 1 segment of tree line there. And that does a couple things. It congests this intersection a little bit. I will not lie. But it breaks this traffic that wants to turn right over that way. That might actually make things worse. Okay, let's do this then. What if we did this? How bad does this make things? Since we have 2 lanes, can we get 2 lanes getting on the highway? Can we get 2 lanes getting off the highway? Does that really break things over here? Yeah, getting on is worse. Getting on throws things off more than dumping people more off the highway, right? Getting people off the traffic flow is a good thing. Introducing more people into it, not necessarily. So unfortunately, it's going to back up a little bit down here. But we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to do this basically 1 or 2 more times. So we'll clean this up just a little bit. Make this a little bit less dense over here. You know, I kind of like the flowiness, if you will, I guess. It's curvy, it's loose. I don't know. It doesn't feel so dependent on a grid, even though it's the same principles are basically there. And this is going to be kind of a next big project, but this, it's just going to be about thinning it out a little bit here and there, filling in with some trees. Right now, you'll notice if you look over here, and the level of detail on trees on console is pretty sad. I've said it before. But if you get at the right angle where they're not popping in and popping out, I think it looks pretty good over here. And we did a couple different trees. So if we wanted to fill in that neighborhood we just built, we could do that. We'll get a couple... Strength up. Didn't mean to do that. So we'll get a couple trees here and there wherever we have some gaps. And we can come back and fill it in with an individual brush. That helps make it feel a little bit more alive. A bit more lived in. Let's get some of the purple trees in there, or whatever the color tree I was using, I forget. Is it pink, technically? I didn't mean to do it in the roundabout just yet. We will decorate that at some point. And then I think alders were the one that we were really heavily leaning on, which is right here. Yeah. So we'll really come in and kind of fill in some of the gaps here. Come on, where can I get that? There was a spot right there. So I want them to feel a little wild, not too placed down in rows, but kind of filling in those gaps as we see them. One right there. A little lag. Come on. Come on, game. I think we should do one right there. Perfect. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been doing things is, you know, come in with a brush and then come in detail with some small trees and the little gaps where you think they might make sense. Go. I think I'd started to say, so I just got back from PAX. Planning on definitely focusing on, or not focusing, but definitely playing a lot of great indie games that we saw at the show this year. It's what PAX is all about for me, is finding out about indies. So if you were at the show and have any suggestions for the channel, let me know. But definitely got a lot of ideas to keep me busy for a while, which is good. And I think I'm going to try and do, I don't know, some mini reviews or just discussion of kind of what we ran into, what we saw. Let's see how things are kind of looking up here. Demand-wise, we've got good demand for both residential and commercial and a little bit of industrial. So I think what I'll do is, I do want to rethink this quite a bit. This is all test ground over here, so a lot of this is going away. But for the most part, everything else, the bones of it are kind of where I want them to be. The major structures there, and it's about kind of coming in, fine-tuning, doing little things like this, building some neighborhoods, letting them fill out, and yeah, just kind of rounding out our city. I'll keep an eye, too, as I go. I'm trying to stamp down Old Town and add bike lanes pretty much everywhere to do whatever we can to reduce traffic. But sometimes you might make some inaccessible routes thanks to Old Town. You want to make sure commercial businesses aren't getting abandoned in mass. Looks like one on this island, two on this island. Okay. I think, was this a historical one? Yeah, I like the look of that hotel before it got abandoned. Can we get one more little park in here? Probably. Let's do that and call it quits for the day. Where can we get this one so that it will stop complaining to us about its lack of electricity? Down here would be kind of cool. That works. Makes everybody happy. It will get its garbage picked up. It'll stop complaining over here, which is nice. So, heavy on the traffic. Industrial area does not have its own exit, so all these trucks kind of have to come in and go to the third exit. So that creates traffic on the way in, but it's a little less on the way out because a lot of them are leaving to go elsewhere. Some of them are coming back into the city to deliver goods here, but a lot of them are leaving, so we have to deal with the heavy traffic one way or the other. If we got industrial over here first, that would mean less traffic coming onto the roundabout, but then more traffic the other 3/4 of the way around. So it's kind of a catch-22. I'm sure there's better ways to design it, but this was I thought an okay way to kind of tuck in a little small section of industrial over here, named Turnbull, after the coach in Back to School. Lutz being Robert Downey Jr.'s character in that movie. Emerald City, I just called it Emerald City because it was Green Cities. So we'll come up with something for that. I'm going to start renaming some of the districts and sliding some stuff around. But I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to do over here, is make sure this infrastructure is supporting the commercial goods well. Maybe I'll thicken this road up over here to deliver more traffic, but it doesn't look like people are going that route that much. So that will kind of be a last priority project. I think thin this out just a little bit. Maybe keep the exterior roads and redo that interior road just so it's not quite so dense. And then we can definitely get maybe another residential neighborhood in up over here. I think that would make sense. It's a nice little nook we can tuck them into, and it's already well covered with services. So I'll probably fill this in offline. This isn't going to be anything too fancy. One street's going to kind of snake through the middle, and then some stuff coming off the sides of it. Give you a quick preview, basically. So we'll come out into the middle. We got to move this. This is too close to that roundabout, I think. But since that intersection is already there, no, let's do it right, and we'll move that intersection, right? Can we move that without disrupting too much? Yeesh. Yeah, I mean, we could come through here with this like that. That would be better, and then we could ditch those. Let's fix this road. That could work. Always getting distracted with new projects. So we'll fill all that in with res. Half of this with res. Come on. And do we diesel? No, we'll make that commercial. So what that does, that moves that intersection away from the roundabout and from this intersection, so that any traffic that's kind of hanging up is at least doing so in the middle over here. And then if we break out our freeform tool, I think we can kind of come up through here, hook over. You know, we'll try not to break the power lines to sort of do what we're doing here. That could work. So we'll do something like that, and then we'll have streets that kind of just shoot off of that. So, you know, one that comes over here. We'll leave a little bit of buffer between there and the highway. This can go over this way. Same sort of thing. We'll leave just a little bit of buffer there. But these will all be high-density residential. Maybe we can look at getting some more service coverage over here for things like metro. But just keeping it a little funky, a little wild. We can get some footpaths through here. We could definitely get another street in here. Here. Yeah, that's got a little bit less zoning overlap. I like that. And yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can basically be a grid, but all lopsided and fit in the space. And I think it'll look kind of cool to not have such straight angles everywhere as we kind of zip around the city and do our eventual flyby. So I'll zone that out. We'll thin this out, and at some point we'll kind of replan a little bit of this campus and make it look a little bit more clean. It's just all kind of crammed in there right now. Half of my or all of my dorms are off, so we can certainly free up some real estate there. Oh, I did want to check. Okay, man, distractions. Let's check one more thing before we go. Let's just double check the status of both of our universities. So we lost some level. We don't have enough students. Man, we've got tons of capacity, but let's go over to Academic Works and let's do some funding there. Looks like we've researched everything to the max on the other topics, so we'll do that. We'll head over to Grand Lakes University, do the same thing. So they are all set up for the next year. Do we have just the 2 universities? We didn't do a third one, right? I don't even remember. I don't even know how many universities are in my town. It's been a couple crazy weeks with PAX and some stuff that was going on, vacation, and it's good to be back in the swing. It's also apparently confusing. I need to extend this down here, huh? It's almost out of the zone. All right. I'm done. I gotta stop. Industries, zoning. Make sure that's all covered. I don't think that impacts anything. But that way we're good to go over here if we want to keep moving over this way a little bit. We can tighten things up a bit. Do its own off-ramp over there. Clean this mess up. Tighten things up. Completely rebuild over here. So although we're approaching kind of a little closer to where I want to be in the final stages, this is really crazy, but wait till you see it with all the buildings kind of moved in. It'll look a little bit more sensical, right? You don't get the impression that that's a curvy road running through there as much as if you look at it overhead. And I think in the cinematics it'll look cool. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, this month, Mondays and Fridays, Let's Plays. We're gonna keep cranking out episodes of Grand Lakes and try and come up with a really cool college town. We've still got lots and lots to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you want to see before the end of the series this month. And again, don't worry too much. We'll come back and revisit cities or completely reimagine, rebuild them like we're doing with Rockdale. I'm hoping to get another Rockdale episode out this Wednesday. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe and consider hitting the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other videos. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. If you'd like to support the channel, there's links to that and all those other things in the description down below. Check back on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for new videos. Until the next one, though, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.